thing... Does this thing have water in it? Oh, shoot. What up, lawn nerds? That's fake. 1 minute in. Let's try this again.
2 hours later.
All right, what's going on, lawn nerds? How we guys doing today? It's Justin from Tompkins Lawns. Today, we're talking about...
MySoil soil test kit.
Oh... Today we're going to do a soil nutrient test outside real quick. I'm using the MySoil soil test kit right here. Ordered it off Amazon for about 30 bucks. You can do it any time of the year, spring, fall, it doesn't really matter. Spring and fall are pretty much the ideal times because spring you're getting into the lawn care season and you want to know what you need to do that season for your lawn. You can do it again in the fall because you want to see what the results are and what changes you've made to your lawn in that time span. In my case, I'm doing it in the fall here this year in 2020. Reason being is I already did one in the spring, so I want to kind of compare the results is one reason. And the other reason is I want to take this information and learn from it and kind of prepare myself for next year in the spring to know what I want to do so I can hit the ground running and have a budget and a plan and just and work with that. Now, where do you do this? Obviously you do it in the lawn, but you can do it in the garden. You can do it in your flower beds. It doesn't really matter. You can do it anywhere, wherever you have dirt and wherever you plan on growing stuff. But in our case, we're obviously going to do it in the lawn. Now, why are we doing this? The real question is why? Why does this matter? Why is this important? All right, the reason why this is important is because you need to know the nutrients that you either have an abundance of or you're lacking in your lawn. Meaning, it's gonna this soil test right here is gonna tell you all about your macronutrients such as your nitrogen, your phosphorus, and your potassium, your NPKs, and it's gonna tell you about your micronutrients such as iron, for example, or magnesium or calcium, and so on and so forth. It gives you a better understanding of what your soil is lacking so you can go out there and amend it. It's going to tell you your pH. That's another good example. It's going to tell you your pH. I know my pH is low. I have very acidic soil. I mean, shoot, this property was covered in hemlock trees, which love acidic soil. So I have to apply lime to fix my soil pH, which I did in the spring. I didn't do it again in the fall like I should have, but I will put out another application in 2021. Now, the next question would be, how do you do this? Well, you need a soil probe, which I should have prepared and had on me. You need a bucket, and you need to follow the kit instructions, which we're going to go over here in a second. All right, so I haven't opened this yet. I don't know how different it is from the other one I did. So previously, I used the one from my local co-op, which is the Cornell Cooperative Extension, and I used their lab here in New York. This is different, obviously, and there's water in here, and I forgot that was a thing. I actually have seen this used before by a couple of different people. Pacific Northwest Lawns, the Lawn Whisperer. Still weird to me. Just because I didn't have to do that on my last one. I just put the soil in bags and sent it out. So let's unbox this, see what we're getting ourselves into, and we'll get out there and get her done. Get her done. Ideal for lawn, turf, ornamental landscapes, organic gardening, compost, and soilless media trees. Soil test like a boss. It is important to collect a representative soil sample. If multiple sample areas are being tested, we recommend separating the test for each area. For each test, we recommend pulling soil from 5 to 7 different spots, locations to a depth of up to 6 inches. Use a large bag or bucket to collect the 5 to 7 subsamples. Thoroughly mix the 5 to 7 subsamples. Fill the provided scoop level with thoroughly mixed composite sample and place it in the sample jar with the DI water and nutrient absorbing capsule. Firmly secure lid. Do not dump water out of the jar. Comes with prepaid postage. Cool. You will be emailed notifications of sample progress over the next 6 days or log in at mysoiltesting.com. This is not a paid promotion. I bought this off Amazon for 30 bucks, so these guys are getting a ton of free advertising. There's the kit right there. You can see it for yourself. Comes with a little scooper. This thing that's got the water in it. There we go. With all the instructions that you need. register, add soil, mail the kit, get results, amend soil. Makes it sound simple. Let's get to work. Whew. It's chilly out. I have here the world's longest soil probe. It's marked at 6 inches, so I know how far down I need to go. I've got my clean bucket. I've got my hammer. The plan here is to do the backyard. I'm not gonna do the big side yard. I'm not gonna do the front yard. If you wanna do those right, then you need to get multiple soil kits. I would need one for the side yard, one for the little side, one for the front, and one for the back to honestly do all of those appropriately, which is not what I'm gonna do. So we're just gonna do the backyard here. I'm gonna get 5 to 7 soil cores out of here with my GINORMOUS soil corer and go from there. So let's do this. One down, 6 to go. And the idea is you kind of just make a zigzag pattern across your lawn and you kind of try and get the whole thing. So check this out. These are my little seedlings. Got little roots. Not that deep yet. Getting there, but they're not that deep yet. Now that was a core with some deep roots. We're getting there. 2 more cores to go. Homemade, cheap DIY soil probe. Definitely could use some improvements. I will say, this is important. I just thought of this and I had read about this, but I didn't mention it before. It's important when you're out here to do this kind of after the soil's been saturated. In my case, it's rained the last 3 days, so this is much easier than it would be if you were doing it in July and this stuff was concrete. Okay, let's keep her going. All right, so last core taken. Let's get this stuff mixed up and sorted out and ready for shipping. You notice how I'm not using the power drill this time. We learned our lesson. That was dumb. I've done a lot of dumb things, but that was top of the list. Just kidding, it was staged. But you can imagine what it'd be like. Yeah, change of plans. We're gonna let this sit and dry out a little bit overnight so I can sift through it a little bit better. Plus I'm on a time crunch. I gotta go to work. Always gotta go to work. All right, so I've let this dry for a little while, and I think actually the best way to do this is to use this mallet. All right, well, now that that's been taken care of, all we have to do is sit and wait.
Oh crap, I almost stepped in that. Let me clean that up real quick. Oh. God. Ah. 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 Molly.